Alright, field wrench, kind of bright out here. Sorry for the squinting, but we're going to get started on this 1954 and see if it's going to start. Will it run? So over the last couple of days, have been putting on some PB Blaster on everything that I think I'm going to have to take off. I started pulling off the radiator. I still have a couple spots that I forgot to put some PB Blaster on so I can get the rad hoses off. I've got to pull that radiator and the shroud off so that I can get at the bolt on the crankshaft down there. But what I'm going to do in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that PB Blaster to work on those hose clamps, is I'm going to pull all the spark plug wires off. I've already got them marked, as you can see on the cap. I've got them all marked where they go. I'm going to leave the cap on there for now, but I'm going to pull all the spark plugs, and I'm going to put down I'm going to fill the cylinders with ATF and or Marvel mystery oil. I might do it in two separate things. I think I'm going to start with the Marvel first and then go with the ATF probably in the morning, but I'm going to let that eat on it overnight. But I just wanted to show you that I am getting started on this. We're going to see if this thing starts this weekend. I'm excited about it. I think we're going to get it to go. It might take some work, but why the heck not? I think it'll be cool to try to bring this old thing back to life. I don't think it's ran since 1977, or at least that's the last time it was licensed. So I'm going to go ahead and get those spark plugs out and get that Marvel put down in the holes. Alright, got the first spark plug out, and we've got the Marvel mystery oil, got my funnel. We're going to go ahead and get that stuck down in there. I got the big bottle of mystery, so hopefully we'll have enough for all of these. Let's see. Probably don't need it all up in there. I want to see if something's going to come out. And I think that's going to be enough for that one. I want to make sure I have enough for each one. And I'm just going to screw the plug back in there so something doesn't decide to crawl in there overnight. And yes, I'm using an impact for this, but it's fine. It's going to be just fine. It's not how I would install them, but pulling them out is fine. That one must be close to the top. Yeah, stuff's coming out of there. I'm really interested to see if we can get this going. I think that we can. People do it all the time. Of course, we don't know why this thing got parked either. I don't know the history of it. I just know it got pulled out of a barn, and I bought it from a guy. I bought it from the guy that knew the original owner of it, so. Ooh, gotta clean my funnel out. I just got that full of garbage. Alright, funnel's all cleaned out. I don't know, I'm putting probably, what is this bottle, 32 ounces? Probably putting like 6 ounces in there. And the spark plugs, I don't know if you can see that, they don't look too bad. Looks like it was burning a little lean maybe. Or maybe it blew a head gasket, who knows. Come on, little pluggy. And I did spray all these down with PB Blaster for the last couple of days. Yeah, all the spark plugs are the same. They all have that kind of whitish look to them, so I'm gonna move you over on this side, I think. One nice thing about these old trucks is everything is metal, so my camera gets to sit right on there, which is nice. Yep, 4 holes down, 2 to go. And they're definitely a little rusted in there, but it's fine. They're gonna come out. Ooh, yeah, that one must have been on top center too. Alright, that's alright. That just means we got a good coverage in there. That spark plug was broke. That was broke before I got to it, so just so you know. And that's going to be it for the bottle if it'll take it. And there it is. 32 ounces of Marvel down the hole. So we're going to let this eat overnight. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get that shroud off and the radiator out. And that way, tomorrow, I can get a breaker bar and a socket on there and see if we're going to spin it. But the new part, I bought new parts for it, thinking that this is gonna go. So what I bought for it so far, first I bought a full oil change for it. I bought a new cap and rotor and points, plug wires, spark plugs, and what else did I get for it? New battery cables, new battery, new starter solenoid, and I have some of the other parts and pieces that we might need electronically. So I do have a carb kit coming if we need to rebuild that carburetor, so we can do that if needed. But this is where we're going to end it for the day, and for you it'll be the next clip. For me, it's going to be tomorrow morning. Alright, we're back out here this morning. Not feeling the greatest today, but we're going to try and see if this engine's going to spin over. So I came out this morning and I got up and I pulled the spark plugs and I threw in some more of the PB Blaster into each one of the cylinders. There was still quite a bit of the Marvel Mist Oil in there. I did get the radiator out and the shroud out, and I found the socket in my breaker bar. I gotta find my camera mount here so that you can see with me what happens and if we can get this thing to spin over. Bear with me here. There we go. I think you should be able to see now. And one thing I don't know is the transmission, if it's locked up. I know that the clutch pedal is not functional, so we may have to do some additional work there, but we'll see if we can get this spun over here. that doesn't look very promising. I did cut the belts off too, so that we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, just tightening the bolt. So either we've got a seized one, or the transmission is locked up. What I think I'm going to do, and I probably should have done this yesterday before I put in the Marvel Mistral, was get my camera out and look inside these cylinders. I know that there's oil in here. I did check the dipstick. I can show you the dipstick here. There is oil, and it's right on the full line. It has viscosity to it, so that's good. There is no water in there, so that's also a plus. I know that the water pump, that is seized. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get the belts off, so we didn't have anything there. But I just need to make sure that the transmission is not what's holding us back here. So I'm going to jump underneath this thing and make sure that we are in neutralis, and then we will try again. If that doesn't work, then I'll probably pull the valve cover and see what it looks like underneath there. Alright, so I went underneath and made sure that we were in neutral, and either the clutch is stuck to it or our engine is stuck, which, yeah, that's just loosening up the bolt. Alright, well, that's kind of what I expected. I guess I'm going to pull off this valve cover, or this cover, and just see what's going on underneath there, see what it looks like. And then I'll bring you back and show you what that looks like. Alright, got all the bolts out of there. Let's pull this off and see what it looks like. Oh, I suppose there's one in the back that I missed. Oh, let's get that one, I guess. You always forget one, right? At least I do. Oh, let's see. I didn't see it. Oh, come on. Yeah, there was one left back there. We got her, though. We got it. Alright, so this should come off easier now, right? Yep, it does. It doesn't look half bad. Everything's oily. That's interesting. Very interesting. That stuff seems to be pretty free. Huh. Well, the other thing I could do is I could get all this stuff out of the way and pull off that side cover and see what's going on in there. Maybe I'll do that. Let me get all that junk out of the way and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so I got that cover pulled off. And everything is nice and oily inside here too. I don't get it. So I think it's going to have to be a transmission thing. And that's probably going to be a little bit more than what I want to do right now. We've got a event coming up here on the farm, and I want to display pumpkins on it. And so I don't really want to tear into this engine any more than I already have. I want it somewhat complete, so I'm going to put those covers back on. I'll probably run and I'll hit everything on top here with the PB Blaster and that stuff on the side with some PB Blaster, and then put the covers back on. And then after our events are over here in about a month, then maybe I'll be able to jump back on this. And we'll probably have to pull that transmission, I would assume, because I think what happened is the clutch seized onto the flywheel, and I've had that happen on modern cars before. So that's where we're gonna leave it. I guess we found our answer. It will not run, at least right now, but it will. We'll work on it. We're gonna make this thing run. I want to see it run. It's just gonna be a little bit before I can get to it. I've got a lot of other projects that need to get done. In the meantime, please watch the other videos I have up on the channel. And I've got some new Mustang content, engine building content coming up. That's what I'll be doing. That's the content that'll be coming until I can get on this again. I do have something else that's kind of exciting, but I'll clue you in on that very soon. But thanks for watching. Please post your comments. I like reading them and respond back to as many as I can. Have a great weekend.